Hey, I'm Kev Mr. and welcome to the final Power Oversteer of the year. And yeah, I've got the hat on, so it's also the final vlog of the year, kind of the end of year roundup. And of course, there'll be a song at the end. And in this vlog, I'm going to talk about the Power Oversteer this year and talk about the changes for next year, the same for the channel as well. So let's get into the Power Oversteer part first. Of course, for the Power Oversteer segment, I of course don't wear the hat, and you can tell why I needed to wear a hat. You can tell it's the end of the year because my hair has gone into 70s mode, and I've even gone into 70s mode with facial hair. I'm starting to think I look a bit like David Spade, which is scary. Kind of got the black hair going on, and I'm tanned. But apart from that, you know, the hair's surprisingly similar, unfortunately. But let's talk about Power Oversteer, and you know, I thought it was a good idea having kind of a longer review and preview. I tried to get it down to 15 minutes in the end for the previews and 30 minutes for the reviews in the end, but that kind of failed. You know, I already kept in between those guidelines of how long I wanted those programs to be, but you know, it was a good idea, and then it got more on the channel, and then there was more on the channel, and there was more, and then there's more, and then it was like the only thing on the channel in June when I came back. Unfortunately, I think that oversaturated the channel a bit too much. I know you kind of wanted to watch the gameplay from F1 2012 and WRC3 as well back then, and then you know, you got a bit more again, and you know, I was just struggling to find a balance between Power Oversteer and all the rest of my series on this channel, unfortunately, and I think I kind of failed in that job this year. But I think next year it will be better because I won't be doing previews and reviews every race, so you know, especially in June where there are a bunch of races in the European season in F1, and in IndyCar they always go back to back on the ovals and you know, occasional street races. So you know, it's a very busy time in both series, and unfortunately that kind of crowded the channel. I do apologise for that now looking back, but as I said back then, that was the only time the only thing I could make in the time I had available back then. But yeah, now I'm looking ahead to making Power Oversteer a bit like what you saw with the 2014 F1 rig changes, just about any topic, and you know, a bit more general, you know, not just about F1 and IndyCar, about WRC, you know, with Hyundai joining the series even next season, and then you have the World Touring Car Championship with Citroen joining with Sebastian Loeb alongside Ivan Muller and Lopez, the Argentine who won his home round in the WRC last year in the Citroen and has been very strong in the Argentine Touring Car Championship, and you know, he's a very strong lineup going against like Lauda and Honda and other Chevrolets as well, with Tom Carnell and Tom Chilton as well, and Lauda with Rob Half and James Thompson. So you know, it's a very strong looking championship next year. Very exciting as well. You also have this with IndyCar. They have the 2015 Aero kits coming, so Chevrolet and Honda will be devoting time to that. They also got both engines have twin turbochargers this year, and you also have Montoya returning to Penske. He's as fiery as he was in F1 or in his earlier kart days. Oh, we're going to be in for a fantastic season in IndyCar, and you know, there's been big changes as well. It's Ganassi because sadly though, I think Kitty was forced to retire after injuries he sustained in Houston. But you've got Ryan Briscoe there, we've got Tony Kanaan as well, a very well deserved seat for the Indy 500 winner. And so yeah, it looks to be another exciting season for IndyCar next year. Unfortunately, F1 kind of got drunk at the Christmas party and then just came out with some spiel which turned to be the 2014 reg changes. A bit of a joke, which sadly is reality, unfortunately. But F1, you know, he's going to have new engines next year with the turbos. He's going to have slightly different aero with the narrow front wings. Less you can put at the rear of the car, and you know the exhaust again are going to be a bit high on the car as well. You know, exhaust exits, and so yeah, it's a very interesting time in F1. It's a very surprising time. We could see unpredictability back into the races. You know, you could see, say like in Britain when Vettel was leading and retired, we could see a bit more of that next year with the uncertainty about the engines and uncertainty about Pirelli tyres as well. Pirelli have no parameters or baseline for making the tyres next year. They don't know what to expect from the engines, and you know that's another element of surprise you can throw in there, and it could be a very interesting season. Of course, there's changes at the top with Ricciardo in place of Webber, and you've got Raikkonen next to Alonso. Can Alonso handle another world champion alongside him in his team has been built for him? And he's been runner-up 3 times in 4 years at Ferrari, but can he finally get over the line and win a title with them? It'll be interesting to see if he does do that alongside Raikkonen, Mr. Consistent, Mr. Iceman there. And of course in the midfield it's exciting at the back as well. Can Musha and Caterham catch up? So yeah, very exciting time next year for motorsport. But I want to cover some more series that I do generally watch, but this year I could barely watch them because I was covering IndyCar and F1 for this channel, so I actually have free time then to look at other series and follow them all year long, like the World Rally Championship and the World Touring Car Championship, British Touring Car Championship, the ETM, V8 Supercars, Super GT in Japan, and you know all these series, IndyCar, NASCAR. And so yeah, that's what I'm hoping to do next year with Power Oversteer, and just make it a bit less on the channel. I might do previews and reviews for IndyCar. I won't do it for F1 because the racing, you know, that doesn't interest me. You know, it's a miserable product on track and off track. That's what interests me with the technical regulations. Of course, you've got the politics going on as well, and you know, it's a very interesting time for F1 off track, but not on it, sadly for me. And so I might do the previews and reviews of IndyCars. IndyCar's condensed into 5 months next season, from the end of March at St. Petersburg to the end of August at Fontana. It's a very tight window, so I could do a preview each month and then a review at the end of the month as well. So I do a preview for March and April, and then a review for April and March, and then a preview for May, and then a review of May, and so on until the end of August, when it'll be a review of August, and then a couple of weeks later a review of the season in mid-September. Then, you know, very strange. And you know, IndyCar did end in the middle of October this year, so we are kind of used to finishing a bit earlier with IndyCar. But you know, end of August, I think that's going to be a dreadful decision, unfortunately, from Mark Miles and the company there that run IndyCar. And so yeah, that's what I plan to do with Power Oversteer. A bit more general, a bit longer would be the episodes, would be about half an hour long each, I would imagine. And so yeah, that's what I plan to do with Power Oversteer. You know, it's been a alright first year with it. You know, it started well and then really tailed off, especially in the second half of the year. Well, I think you got bored of seeing it on my channel. I kind of got bored doing them, and so sadly it showed in the final product there. So yeah, hopefully I can, you know, be reinvigorated with it by kind of just changing the format a bit next year, and it should be a very interesting year for motorsport, and I look forward to covering it for you in Power Oversteer. So yeah, that's what I plan to do with that. And I also plan to start a blog next year, so any points that I mentioned in Power Oversteer might be in written form on that blog. And yeah, that's going to be just ElusiveKev.wordpress.com, I think. So yeah, that's my plan for next year. Kind of have a blog going on, which won't just be about motorsport, it'll be about sports in general, such as NFL, which I follow quite a lot, of football or cricket or tennis or any sport I follow. I follow most sports. Unfortunately for me, you know, it's hard to keep track of sometimes. But yeah, that's my plans for Power Oversteer. Let's get the hat on and let's talk about this channel now. So yes, I've got the hat. Great looking hat, isn't it? So let's talk about this channel and this kind of end of year vlog, like I did last year with the hat on. And I think that was my 100th video, and you know, I played a song at the end. I will play a song at the end of this one as well. But let's talk about this channel. As I said, Power Oversteer kind of oversaturated the channel at times, unfortunately. I really dropped off in the second half of the year once I came back in June, and there was a lack of effort from my part, and it wasn't the best. It was a bit of a jumbled mess. I didn't know which direction to bring the channel in the past few months, unfortunately, because F1 2013 was a bit disappointing, and especially online was, and I was delaying on series I wanted to do. I really had a difficult time deciding on Camelot Career where to put my driver at, because it's very difficult, to try to do it quite realistically, and I think I finally figured out a way. And so you can expect a teaser for Camelot Career coming before the end of the year, and then of course you have the 20 episodes next year, of course. And as I said, with Power Oversteer, going to turn into a more general motorsports program, and about half-hour long, just talking points and previews and reviews, maybe for IndyCar as well, but not for, say, World Rally Championship, because that starts in January. So I might not do season previews as well. I might just talk in general, about motorsports. And as I said, this year I kind of oversaturated the channel at times, and I really struggle with the balance of Power Oversteer and all my other series. So hopefully that balance will be a bit more even kilter next year. Also, for this channel, as you may have noticed, I haven't put much up apart from F1 2013 and Power Oversteer in recent times, or this vlog. And so I do plan to bring some more PC gaming to this channel, some more sim racing to this channel, naming this or rebranding this the motorsport, gaming channel. And I have the real motorsport side with Power Oversteer. I have kind of the SimK bit there with F1 2013, and I also added it with MotoGP, which I might bring you a bit of a preview of the career mode I was going to do there with the wildcard races. I've got 5 episodes of that kind of recorded. I can edit that and do that, and yeah, I might bring that out just before MotoGP 14 comes out. Then you can follow that rider for its season there. And so yeah, I did want to bring MotoGP 13 career mode here, but unfortunately I had WRC3 in the way, and then of course Power was doing all other lots of things in the way, unfortunately, for getting more series on this channel, because I didn't want to put too many series on this channel. I didn't want to put like 5 or 6, so I wanted to keep it down to like 2 or 3, and I think I've done that. And also on this channel, you may remember I had a Forza 4 series, Chelsea called in, with Forza 4 football. That will be coming back in. I will be doing one episode to cover the Christmas fixtures, because it's a very busy time of year for football, and then hopefully I'll bring that back, have a couple of episodes per month. I won't have it every week, but a couple of episodes per month to cover the next 2 weeks or whatever. And so it won't be weekly like I planned it to be, because I frankly kind of forgot about it, unfortunately. But yeah, next year you're going to have Chelsea called in, so you're going to have that, Power Oversteer, you have F1 2013 career mode, MotoGP career mode just before MotoGP 14 hopefully comes out as well. WRC3, Road to Glory, I've still got to complete that. I did say I wanted to get that over and done with, because it's been a very long time. It's been over a year now that series gone. I've only put out less than 30 episodes, so that's been poor on my part. And so yeah, I've got to try and finish that and put that out, and I will do that in the new year, because the rest of this month is going to be season reviews. And if you saw my channel last year, I did season reviews of the World Touring Car Championship, World Endurance Championship, F1, IndyCar, I think the British Touring Car Championship, I can't remember. I think it was the British Touring Car Championship or the World Rally Championship. No, it was only those 4. It was only those 4. I planned to do the World Rally Championship, but I ran out of time, unfortunately. So yeah, I plan to do IndyCar and F1 season reviews. I won't do the World Endurance Championship or World Touring Car Championship this year. As I said, I really just focused on IndyCar and F1 this year because of Power Oversteer. And so those are the 2 I'm going to do. Might have to look back at my actual Power Oversteers to see the key moments for IndyCar. But for F1, it's not going to be like an hour long like it was last year. It was 2 hours long, and it's split into 2 parts. It's going to be 4 episodes. So the first episode will feature Mercer and Caterham. Then it's going to be Williams, Toro Rosso and Sauber. Then Force India, McLaren and Lotus, and Mercedes, Ferrari and Red Bull in the last episode. So yeah, there's going to be 4 episodes, 2 out this week, 2 out next week. And then you got bit of a break, and then it's going to be IndyCar season review. So I don't really know the format of what I'm going to do with that, but I think it's going to be split into one episode each for the three main teams: Penske, Ganassi, and Andretti Autosport. And then for the other teams, it's going to be about 3 teams per episode, so it's going to be about 4 episodes on top of that, so about 7 episodes, so an episode per week after Christmas until New Year. So yeah, that's the IndyCar season review, and that'll be me done this year then. But as I said, for next year, finish off with WRC3 Road to Glory, F1 2013 career mode. I did plan to bring another F1 2013 series with the classic cars or historic cars, but there's not much interest in that, I think. Plus, and the format I wanted to do it in doesn't, as I've been recording gameplay for it, I'm not sure if it really quite works for what I want to achieve with that series, and so so I think I'll just put it on the back burner for F1 2014, or if I get a mod for R Factor, and I'll try and do it that way. So yeah, career mode for F1 2013, WRC Road to Glory, Power Oversteer, and a new format. MotoGP 13, doing the wildcard races, and covering that little bit of career mode there to set it up for MotoGP 14. And then what else will be on the channel? So I wanted to bring it into the sim racing kind of spiel there, because I don't really like the arcade side. There's a couple of arcade games I do like, but I don't really play arcade racing games. But I'm gonna bring some more sim racing because I really enjoyed the sim racing. I really enjoyed it this year. I've got iRacing for another year. I really enjoy iRacing. It's probably the best online multiplayer that I've ever played in racing, and it's got the best service as well. Well, it's only online, so yeah. But yeah, best multiplayer I've played. And so yeah, I hope to bring some iRacing to this channel, and I hope to bring at least one race. I think I'll bring my debut race before the end of the year, hopefully, if I can fit it in between the IndyCar and F1 season reviews. Also, Richard Burns Rally, as I said, I wanted to bring that in this vlog last year, so that's going to be 2 games that, well, sims that I will bring to this channel with 1 episode each this year. I've already got the Richard Burns Rally edited, and I'm just going to commentate out on that now, so that should hopefully be up this week. So got the Richard Burns, you got iRacing, maybe R Factor, as I said, if I can find some good mods, and if you kind of want to watch some R Factor. And I can't put SLO Corsa because my laptop can't run it. It's too good for my laptop. And so I do have Netcar Pro, but yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to be recording that. But yeah, you can expect Richard Burns Rally, and you can expect iRacing. You can maybe expect R Factor, GameStop Car 2013. I might bring a series on that because that's a very good sim as well. And yeah, that's it. That's the sim racing I've got and might bring to this channel. So for this year, we're going to end with the season reviews of F1 and IndyCar, Richard Burns Rally video as well later this week, and hopefully my first race in iRacing. It was a very long time ago. It was in April, if I remember correctly. And so yeah, it's in the Mazdas. It was a very good race, a very exciting race, and hopefully you will enjoy it, and hopefully that will come in not this week but the week with IndyCar, so next week, or the week after even, sorry. So yeah, hopefully that. And as I said, career mode for F1 2013, WRC3 Road to Glory, Chelsea Cooling, Power Oversteer, and MotoGP 13 career mode a bit. So yeah, that's what you can expect. So you expect a teaser for coming out career before the end of the year as well. And for other series such as weekly sprint, I might do a couple of those. They won't be like weekly sprints actually, they would be like monthly sprints, so probably once a month, but I might bring those in as well. So yeah, that's what you can enjoy from the channel next year. That's what I've got planned anyway, now that I can actually record. It's PC gaming, I've got action going on, and it's very easy to use, very simple, and it doesn't tank on my CPU like Fraps does, and Fraps went crazy for some reason on my laptop. So yeah, I've gone on to action. Now I can record some PC gameplay for you to enjoy. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this channel update or the end of year look. I know it hasn't been the best year 2013. Not one of my favourites. You know, personally, it hasn't been very good. This channel hasn't been very good, especially in the second half of the year. You know, it started well and then fortunately it tanked in the second half of the year. And hopefully I've addressed that well, you know, for next year, and hopefully, you know, this channel can grow a bit again, because it's way short of the target I set myself. I think I said 500 subs and I'm not even at 200 yet. So yeah, hopefully, you know, I can improve this channel next year with all that planned. If you like what I heard, you know, just put in the comments below, or if you got suggestions. And yeah, now as I said, I'm going to play you out with a song for this year. But thanks for watching. So till probably Richard Burns Rally and then the season reviews. Thanks for watching. Cheerio.